Sarah got an invite, a gesture of peace for Lily. Alex wanted his daughter to see her parents civil, not warring. Sarah's calls increased, her voice tinged with something Alex couldn't place, regret, maybe? He brushed it off, focused on his vows. Emily, you've given me a second chance at love, and I'll spend my life proving I'm worthy. The rehearsal dinner was a hit, with toasts and laughter, but Sarah's tight smiles hinted at trouble brewing. The wedding day sparkled. Guests filled the garden, the air sweet with flowers. Emily floated down the aisle, her gown shimmering, and Alex's breath caught. Lily, tossing petals, winked at him, her joy infectious. Vows flowed, tears fell, and the crowd cheered as Alex and Emily kissed, sealing their new chapter. The reception kicked off with dancing, clinking glasses, and Lily stealing cake. Alex felt invincible, his heart full, until Sarah approached, Lily at her side, clutching a worn envelope. Alex, we need to talk. Now, Sarah whispered, her face pale, eyes glistening. He followed her to a quiet arbor, the music fading behind them. Lily skipped back to Emily, unaware. Sarah's hands shook as she spoke, her voice barely audible. I lied. My affair, it wasn't one time. It was with Mark, your best friend, for years. Alex's jaw tightened. Mark, his college buddy, the guy who'd stood by him at his first wedding. Betrayal stung, but Sarah wasn't done. There's more, she choked out. Lily, she's not yours. Mark's her father. I did a paternity test years ago. I was scared to tell you. The world tilted. Alex's knees buckled, memories flashing, Lily's hazel eyes, so unlike his blue ones, her knack for painting, like Sarah, not his precise sketches. The test, Sarah said, was in the envelope, but he didn't need to see it. The truth screamed in every moment he'd overlooked. His daughter, his everything, wasn't his by blood. Rage surged, against Sarah for the lie, Mark for the betrayal, himself for being blind. How could you? He hissed, voice breaking. Sarah sobbed, I was afraid you'd take her away. Lily ran over, sensing the tension. Daddy, why's mommy crying? Alex hugged her, his heart splitting. She was still his daughter, wasn't she? Emily, noticing his pale face, rushed to his side, her hand steadying him. Whispers spread among guests, the party's joy souring. Mark, at a corner table, avoided Alex's glare, slipping out like a coward. Sarah's confession hung heavy, years of deceit, a child caught in the crossfire, a new marriage tested before it began. Alex stumbled through the reception, smiling for Lily, toasting for guests, but inside, he was drowning. Every laugh, every dance, felt like a lie. Emily held his hand under the table, her eyes promising they'd face this together. As the night ended, Alex carried a sleeping Lily to their hotel, her small hand in his, and sat by her bedside. The secret changed everything, his past, his identity as a father, but not his love. That was unshakable. Yet, as he stared at the ceiling, one question burned: could he rebuild his life on a foundation of lies? Word count, approximately 1,000 words, the days after the wedding were a fog. Alex barely slept, haunted by Sarah's words, replaying every moment with Lily, her first steps, her gap-toothed grin, the way she'd curl into him during thunderstorms. Was it all built on a lie? Emily, his rock, sat with him in their new home, listening as he poured out his pain. You're her dad, Alex, she said firmly. Blood doesn't change that. Her words were a lifeline, but doubt gnawed at him. He needed answers, structure, something to hold on to. He met a lawyer, a sharp woman who laid out his rights. Legally, Lily was his name on her birth certificate, a decade of love cemented his role. But biology complicated things. If Mark pushed for custody, it could get messy. Alex's stomach churned at the thought of losing Lily's weekend cuddles, her soccer cheers. He called Sarah, voice cold, demanding why she'd hidden the truth. She cried, explaining her fear of losing Lily, her shame for the affair. "I thought I was protecting her," she said. Alex hung up, unconvinced. Lily noticed the strain. "Are you mad at Mommy?" she asked, her eyes wide. Alex knelt, forcing a smile. "Grown-up stuff, sweetie. I love you." He couldn't break her world yet. Therapy became his refuge. A soft-spoken counselor helped him untangle his grief. "Fatherhood's in the heart," she said, sharing stories of adoptive dads who'd faced similar shocks. Alex clung to that, picturing Lily's drawings taped to his office wall. A park day changed everything. Watching Lily race across the grass, laughing like she had when he taught her to bike, Alex felt it, love, pure and fierce. Biology be damned, she was his. He confronted Mark next, meeting at a diner. Mark, shamefaced, admitted he'd known about Lily but stayed quiet to avoid wrecking lives. "I was a coward," he said. Alex's fists clenched, but he saw Mark's regret. It didn't erase the pain, but it cracked open the door to understanding. Sarah pushed for a co-parenting plan, suggesting Mark meet Lily slowly. Alex resisted, protective, but Emily urged him to consider Lily's needs. Reluctantly, he agreed to supervised visits, watching Mark fumble through small talk with Lily, who called him Mommy's friend. It stung, but Alex saw Lily's smile, and that was enough. Emily kept them grounded, planning pizza nights, her love a steady flame. They delayed their honeymoon, choosing quiet nights talking through the chaos, their bond growing stronger. Father's Day hit hard. Lily gave Alex a card scrawled with, "Best Dad Forever," and he broke down, hugging her tight. He got a DNA test, needing closure. The results hurt, but he framed them with Emily, saying, "This proves love chooses us." Telling Lily came later, in simple terms, "You have an extra dad who loves you, but I'm your forever daddy." She nodded, hugging him, her trust unwavering. "You love me most," she said, and Alex's heart mended a little. Forgiveness wasn't easy. Mediation with Sarah was tense, but Alex chose peace for Lily, modeling grace. Mark stepped up, respecting boundaries, earning a sliver of trust. Alex channeled his pain into a new project, a community center for blended families, his sketches a symbol of rebuilding. Holidays tested them. Thanksgiving saw Sarah, Mark, Emily, and Alex at one table, awkward but united for Lily's sake. Her laughter was the glue. A year later, at Lily's birthday, Alex watched her blow out candles, surrounded by her tangled family. Sarah smiled cautiously, Mark clapped, Emily squeezed Alex's hand. The secret had shattered him, but from the pieces, he'd built something stronger, a family defined by choice, not blood. His love for Lily, for Emily, was his truth, and no lie could steal that. As he tucked Lily in that night, her sleepy, "I love you, Daddy," was his victory, proof that love conquers even the deepest betrayals. Hold tight, the wedding bombshell was just the start. Now watch Alex fight through heartbreak, betrayal, and doubt to protect the daughter he loves and forge a future stronger than any lie. Alex Thompson's world flipped when his ex-wife Sarah revealed Lily, his 10-year-old daughter, wasn't his biologically. With his new marriage to Emily tested and his identity as a father shaken, Alex faces a raw, emotional journey to reclaim his family. This is a gripping tale of resilience, forgiveness, and love's unshakable power, crafted to keep you hooked. The morning after the wedding, Alex sat in his new home, coffee cold, staring at a photo of Lily from her first soccer game. Her grin, so like his in spirit, now felt like a cruel riddle. Was she really his? Sarah's confession, Lily was fathered by Mark, Alex's best friend, burned in his chest. Emily found him there, her gentle touch pulling him back. "You're her dad in every way that matters," she said, her voice steady. Alex wanted to believe her, but anger and grief clawed at him. keeping him up as he replayed every moment of Lily's life, searching for signs he'd missed that he needed facts, so he called a lawyer. Ms. Carter, a no-nonsense family law expert, explained his rights. Your name's on the birth certificate, and you've raised her for a decade. Legally, she's yours. But if Mark pushes for custody, it could get tricky. Alex's heart sank at the thought of losing Lily's weekend pancake mornings or her bedtime stories. He wasn't ready to share her, not with the man who'd betrayed him. Emily sat in on the meeting, her hand squeezing his, a silent promise they'd face this together. Sarah called daily, her voice thick with guilt. I was scared you'd take Lily away, she said, explaining why she hid the truth. Alex's jaw clenched. You stole my trust, he snapped, hanging up. Lily, sensing the tension, tugged at his sleeve one evening. Are you and Mommy fighting again? Her big eyes pierced him. He hugged her, forcing a smile. Just grown-up stuff, kiddo. I love you to the moon. Keeping her world intact was his mission, but the weight of the secret crushed him. Therapy became his lifeline. Dr. Ellis, a calm counselor, helped him unpack the pain. Fatherhood isn't DNA, it's showing up, she said, sharing stories of adoptive parents who'd overcome similar shocks. Alex clung to that, picturing Lily's drawings taped to his fridge, her tiny hand in his during school drop-offs. Emily joined him for couples sessions, where they navigated his fears of failing her as a husband. We're a team, she said, her love a beacon in his storm. A turning point came at the park. Lily zoomed down a slide, laughing wildly, and Alex's heart swelled. This was his daughter, her joy, her trust, her love were his, no test could change that. He decided to confront Mark, arranging a tense diner meetup. Mark, eyes downcast, admitted he'd known about Lily for years but stayed silent to avoid wrecking lives. I was a coward, he said. Alex's fists balled, but he saw Mark's remorse. It didn't erase the betrayal, but it planted a seed of understanding, a crack in his wall of rage. Sarah pushed for a new co-parenting plan, suggesting Mark meet Lily gradually. Alex bristled, his protective instincts flaring. He's not her dad, he told Emily, but she urged him to think of Lily's future. She deserves all the love she can get, Emily said. Reluctantly, Alex agreed to supervised visits. The first was awkward, Mark stumbling over words, Lily calling him Mommy's friend. Alex watched like a hawk, but Lily's smile eased the sting. She was still his, no matter who else claimed a piece. Emily kept their home warm, planning game nights with Lily, her laughter filling the gaps in Alex's heart. They postponed their honeymoon, choosing quiet evenings instead, where Alex shared his fears and Emily listened, her love unwavering. We'll build something stronger, she promised. Their marriage, tested so early, grew roots in honesty, proving love could weather even this. Father's Day hit like a tidal wave. Lily handed Alex a card, her handwriting proclaiming, "World's greatest dad." Tears fell as he hugged her, the doubt fading. He ordered a DNA test for closure, and when the results confirmed Sarah's story, he and Emily framed them. This proves love chooses us, he said, voice thick. Telling Lily came later, in simple terms, you've got an extra dad who cares, but I'm your forever daddy. She nodded, hugging him tight. You love me most, she said, and Alex felt whole again. Forgiving Sarah was harder. In mediation, her tears fell as she apologized again. I was selfish, scared, she said. Alex's anger flared, but for Lily, he chose peace, agreeing to civil co-parenting. Mark stepped up, attending therapy, respecting boundaries. Over months, stilted talks became easier, a fragile truce forming. Alex poured his energy into a new project, a community center for blended families, its blueprints a metaphor for rebuilding his life. Thanksgiving tested them all. Sarah, Mark, Emily, and Alex sat at one table, tension thick but softened by Lily's chatter. Her joy was the glue, binding their messy family. Alex saw hope in her smile, a future where love trumped lies. By Lily's next birthday, they gathered again, Sarah cautious, Mark earnest, Emily radiant. Alex watched Lily blow out her candles, her hand in his, and knew he'd won. The secret had broken him, but he'd rebuilt stronger, proving fatherhood was love, not blood, and his family was his to keep.